Hi there. This video is all about breadboard. How to use them and place the components on the breadboard to form a simple circuit. So what is a breadboard? Here is a typical breadboard that is used to make necessary connections between each components without the need to perform soldering. The holes on the breadboard are for components and jumper cables. The components' leads will be inserted into the holes on the breadboard. It is important to know the internal connections of a breadboard so that you will not make wrong connections. These internal connections that you see here are the internal connections that act as conducting wires. The lines shown are the internal connections where they are connected to each other in groups of 5. This connects individual components together and to form a complete circuit. The top and bottom part of the breadboard also have internal connections. They are also called power rails where the voltage and ground are connected so that you can have easy access to power up your circuits, especially if you have multiple circuits. The power rails are internally connected in 5 groups of 5 as shown in the video. It is important to note that each 5 by 5 groups are not connected to the other 5 by 5. If you want to connect them, you can simply insert jumper cables as shown to join them. The top and bottom part of the power rails are not connected to each other. You can use jumper cables as shown to connect them. Now let's see how to place components on the breadboard. To insert the components, insert the leads of the components firmly inside the holes. Do not insert like this as there is no proper contact. It is important to place the components the right way. This is the wrong way to place the components. Why? It is because the 2 leads of the components are on the same connecting points, which means the components are shorted to each other. To place correctly, the 2 leads of the components must be on different connecting points like this. If you are working with integrated circuits, place them in the middle of the breadboard at the gap between the 2 connections like this, so that all the leads are not shorted to each other. If you insert like this, you are shorting the leads, and your circuit isn't going to work. If you use wires for your breadboard connections, do not use the multi-core cables. These types of cables do not fit well into the holes and difficult to be inserted. Instead, use a single-core cable like this to have a reliable connections. These types of cables are easy to be inserted into the breadboard. Now let's connect a simple light-emitting diode or LED circuit to put theory into practice. As you can see in this circuit, the LED is connected to the resistor and the voltage source. If you connect the 2 leads of LED or the resistor on the same connecting points like this, the LED will not light up as there is no electricity flow through the circuit. To patch up the circuit correctly, the leads of the LED must be placed at different connecting points like this. Now, if you connect the leads separately like this, the LED lights up. So this is how you should place the components given a simple circuit like this. Here is an example of a multiple or more complex circuits on a breadboard. Now that you know how to use a breadboard, you can start to patch circuits. Have fun with electronics.